Hello everyone, I am Sanjay Gupta. I welcome you on Sanjay Gupta Tech School. Today we are going to start most interesting topic of Salesforce, that is lightning component development, right? Today we'll be discussing little bit about lightning aura component. So this particular week is basically dedicated for lightning aura component development, and from next week onwards we'll be focusing on lightning web component. Together I can say like we'll be discussing about lightning component development for next 1 month, and all the sessions will be happening live. I will be doing all the demonstrations in front of you, will be explaining all the concepts to you so that you can understand. And if you will be having any question, so you can ask those questions in the chat, right? So this is day 75, and today's topic is lightning aura component development. And I welcome you on my channel, and those who have joined for the first time, so I will be guiding them as well. So we'll be waiting for a couple of more minutes so that more folks can join. And till the time, I just want to share one milestone that I achieved today morning. So I am very happy to share that my channel Sanjay Gupta Tech School uh, reached to 60K subscribers. So this is huge for me and for the community as well, because I am doing this everything for free of cost, and all the recorded videos as well as live sessions are available for entire Salesforce community. And from last 2 to 3 years I was creating recorded videos, but this year I decided to come live and explain each and everything to the folks directly, so that if they will be having any questions in their mind, so they can ask. And uh, because of that I was able to reach that milestone. So in Fab I achieved 50K subscribers, and like this month I achieved 10K more, and now channel is having 60K subscribers. So I just want to thank everybody, every subscriber, every viewer, those followed my channel and learning new things day by day, right? And for those who are like for those who are joining this bootcamp for the first time, and if you don't know about the previous sessions, those happened live. So this is the entire bootcamp session tracker, where all the session related information is available. So if I go above, so you can see we started from Salesforce admin concept, and bootcamp actually started on 23rd of January. So it is like the beginning month of the year, and till now we completed reports and dashboard, data security, then more admin concepts, hands-on project is there, lightning flow component, and apex. So complete apex along with triggers. Then we gone through apex test classes, then asynchronous apex, then Visualforce sessions were there, then integration related sessions were there, and then we did development related project. Then as a prerequisite, last week and last to last week we completed HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And this week we are going to learn about lightning aura component development, right? So this is all like this already happened for you, and now I'm going to do more and more sessions for you. So soon like development related stuff will be completed, and if I scroll it down, so you will see lightning web component sessions, and then you will be having deployment related sessions. So content will be available here soon. Then my friend who is already working in a company, so he will be explaining you all the QA related process, because he's working as a QA analyst. And then I will be having someone who is a business analyst. Then we'll be having lots of sessions related to different clouds. So this whole year will be dedicated to different tools or different clouds which are available in Salesforce ecosystem. So I will try to share all the knowledge with you free of cost, and everything will be available in this one session tracker, right? So this is about this thing. And those who have joined for the first time, if you don't know about me, so it is also important to know like with whom we are interacting, who is our instructor. So I am currently running Sanjay Gupta Tech School as a founder. I am instructing here and doing career coach. And soon I am going to start virtual and offline limited seats bootcamps as well, right? And there will be like different models for that. And soon that information will be available on my website. And for your information, I worked in Salesforce, Traction on Demand, Apperio. So these are big companies where I have worked, and I gain a lot of experience. So in total, I have 16 plus years of experience. So I worked in education industry for 10 years as assistant, you can say as professor. So I taught lots of subjects there related to programming. Then to learn new things, I jumped to IT industry, and I liked Salesforce ecosystem. So right now, like I am having 6 plus years of IT industry experience as developer, manager, and trainer. And right now, I am helping students, freshers, and professionals to ramp their career in Salesforce ecosystem. And at the bottom, you can see I have 6 certifications. So first I acquired the knowledge, and then only I appeared for certification, right? So with this, whatever I have gained throughout this 6 years in IT industry, and from 10 years, whatever I learned, like how to deliver the content. So I'm mixing that thing, and in front of you, I'm presenting whatever I have learned so far. So this is my favorite quote, and if you have seen my post on LinkedIn, so I just said this 60K milestone I achieved because of consistency. So consistency is the key, and I can see lots of folks are learning Salesforce for 1 or 2 months, and they are expecting like they will be having a job in their hand. So it is not so. At least you need to learn Salesforce for 6 months, then only you will be having enough knowledge with you. And it is maximum it can go for 1 year. So if you prepare yourself this much, then only you will be having enough knowledge, and you will be able to understand the things, right? So here I mentioned, please do regular practice. So those who are not aware, so I have created a exercise sheet as well. So if you open this link, which is available in this Excel sheet, so there will be an exercise sheet. So if you follow this, so here day by day exercises are available, right? So till Apex development, all the exercises are there. And for Aura and LWC, I will be creating few exercises and will be mentioning here day by day. So those who are new and join for the first time, so they can follow this exercise sheet as well, right? So if you need some discussion, you want to become part of Sanjay Gupta Tech School community, so you can scan this QR code and you can become the part. And we are in week 22. So this week we will be focusing on Lightning Aura component development, right? And follow Sanjay Gupta Tech School on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Telegram. So a lot more I will be doing for the community. So this is just a beginning. Lot more technologies I will be covering. So if you follow this platform, I bet you won't be regretting. So please share a review or feedback as well, whatever you have learned so far. So I know lots of folks are doing this timely. So provide your reviews, because feedback or reviews will keep me motivated and give me some suggestions as well, so that I can improve. Okay, so with this beginning part, let's jump onto the Lightning component development, right? So moving forward, first of all, we need to understand what Lightning component is. So if I say, if you are working in Lightning experience, so before talking about Lightning experience, let me tell you, we have two experiences in Salesforce. One is Classic and one is Lightning. Classic is right now outdated, but it is still available. It is not deprecated. It is still available, and lots of companies are using their existing projects in Classic only. And right now we are using lightning experience, so anytime you can switch from lightning to classic or classic to lightning, right? So if you are working in lightning experience, so for that lightning experience, if you want to place something on the UI, so for that purpose you need to implement lightning components, right? So basically lightning include lightning component framework, right? So lightning component, if you want to implement, so there are two frameworks available. One is lightning aura component and second one is lightning web component, right? So this week we'll be focusing on lightning aura component. So first let me explain what is lightning component, then I will tell you about lightning aura component, and we'll be discussing few folks says like aura is not used anymore, so is it compulsory to use or learn lightning aura component? So I will be talking about that as well. Before that, if we go through second point, so one can build responsive application for any device. So if you are working in lightning experience and you build lightning component, so it is basically responsive. So the word responsive means if you are using your application or on desktop, tab or mobile phone, so automatically as per the device, if UI adjust, so it is basically responsive behavior of that particular application. So with lightning experience we have that thing, and all the lightning components also follow that responsiveness. And one can develop components, those can be reused by other developers and admins for communities, which are right now known as sites. You might have heard about Experience Cloud, so it is somewhere related to communities and sites. Then we have Lightning Experience, and then we have Salesforce mobile app. So if you create any Lightning component, so Lightning components are reusable components, and you can place those reusable components on experience sites, Lightning Experience, and Salesforce mobile application, right? And if I talk about lightning experience, so whenever we edit our page, so we see lightning app builder. So through that lightning app builder you can simply drag and drop your component, and in today's session I will be showing you how we can create a sample lightning aura component and how we can place that on lightning experience. So we'll see that later in the session, right? So you need to know where we can place our lightning component, and practically we'll see soon. Then lightning improves app performance, because in lightning you might have seen page is basically divided into different components. So if I take you to the org, if I show you the org, so here you can see this is our lightning experience, and here you can see we have different components. So here at top you can see we have highlight panel, then at right hand side we have activities, chatter, so these are two separate components. Then we have related list, a separate component which is available under a tab. Then we have details, which is having a separate component, right? So this way page is basically divided into different pieces. So because we have different pieces, if there is any error in particular component, so that component won't be rendering, rest of the pieces or rest of the components will be rendering properly. So that's why we can say lightning basically improves app performance. Then lightning app builder empowers admins to build lightning pages visually without using codes, but you need to make lightning components available in the lightning app builder. So basically what happens whenever a developer implement any lightning component, so after implementation of that component, any admin can simply drag and drop that component anywhere on particular page, wherever requirement is, like as per the requirement you can place that component anywhere on the page. So after implementation, that component can be used by anyone, right? So this is brief about lightning component. So basically to fulfill requirement of this lightning experience, we need to create lightning component. Okay, so we have three types of pages. We have home page. Here you can see we have home page. So on home page you can see lots of components are available. So we have today's events, we have assistant, right? And above you can see we have dashboard component, right hand side you can see we have a flow component, then we have this recent activity component, then we have this report, then we have this Visualforce, right? Lots of components are there. So in similar look and feel, if you want to place your lightning component, so that you need to build either with the help of Aura or with the help of web. These two frameworks are available, so you can use any, and look and feel will be same as per the lightning experience. So this is home page. Next we have, like, if I move to any object, so if I open any record, so this is basically known as record page, right? So we can place our component on record pages. And third is app page. So here you can see for Visualforce demo, like this is directly a tab. Yeah, so here like in this application we don't have any app page, but if you have created a app page and if you want to place your lightning component on app page, so that is also possible. So lightning basically provides three types of pages: app page, home page, and record pages. Okay, so moving forward, and I can see Anna is asking, Aura is definitely on the PD1 exam. Yes, Anna, Aura as well as this Lightning Web component, both are for PD1. So if we talk about Aura component programming model, so right now whatever I discussed, it was related to Lightning component. Right now whatever I will be discussing, it will be specifically to Aura component, right? So this week now onwards, whatever we will be discussing, it will be related to Lightning Aura component development, right? So here you can see some points are listed. These are basically features of Lightning Aura component. So before explaining these points, let me clear one thing. So basically, if you talk about Lightning Aura component, so in like community, you will hear Lightning Aura is outdated and we need to work on Lightning Web component. So this is true. Right now, whatever development is happening, it is happening in Lightning Web component. But Lightning Aura component model is not deprecated as of now. It is still available. So somewhere, if you are working on a project and few components are already built in Aura, so in that case, you should know how basically that component model works, how many files are there, how we write the code. So to accomplish that requirement, what I'm doing for this week, I will be doing 3 to 4 sessions so that you can understand how basically we write code in Aura component. And if you are good with Aura component programming model, then you can simply learn Lightning Web component. So this way you will be familiar with both the component model. And anytime if you need to migrate Aura component into Lightning Web component, so it will be easy for you because you already know how we write code in Aura component. So with this note, let's see how many advantages, or you can say features, are available here. So total 6 points are listed here, which are features. So out of the box component, so you will be having ready-made component that you can use directly, right? So here we'll be using HTML code, and along with HTML code, Salesforce specific code will be available that we'll be using. Then we have event driven architecture. So this I already explained you last week. So we discussed about events while discussing JavaScript. So for example, if there is a button, if you click on a button and if you want to perform any operation, so basically if you click on a button, so an event is generated, and whenever that event is generated, so in the back end you might be needing some function which will be executing and some operations will be performed and the result will be available on the UI. So this is basically known as event driven programming or event driven architecture. So in Aura component model, we have event driven architecture, right? So in Aura, event driven architecture basically works between more than one components. So if you have more than one components and if you want to interact between these components, so we can use event driven architecture. Then Aura is a framework optimized for performance. It is having rich component ecosystem, fast development, and device aware and cross browser compatibility. So these are straightforward. So whenever you appear for any interview, so you need to tell briefly about like what it is. So for that purpose, you can just remember these features. Right now, if we talk about more on Aura components, so these are self-contained and reusable units. So why reusable? Because if you have created any component, so you can use that component into any other component. So we can have parent-child relationships, right? So that way you can reuse your component into another. Then framework includes a set of pre-built components. So some pre-built components are also available. Then components that come with Lightning design system styling are available in Lightning namespace. So basically in Salesforce, or you can say in Lightning component development, we can use Lightning design system styling. So LDS is basically having some pre-built designing, right? So you can relate it with CSS. So Lightning design system is basically pre-built and lots of designs are available already, so that we can use directly with our Lightning component. Then you can combine or configure components to form a new component in app. Then a component can contain other components as well as HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or any other web enabled code. So this is about Aura components. So few things are straightforward. Few things might be confusing because you have not used as of now, or if you have used, so it might be a recall for you. Okay, so moving forward, now we need to compare Lightning component with Visualforce pages, right? So initially I told you we have two experiences, Classic and Lightning. So if we talk about Classic, so in Classic, for any UI implementation, we used to use Visualforce pages. If we talk about Lightning component, so in Lightning component, we use Aura and LWC, right? These two frameworks are available. So if we compare, so in Lightning, client-side UI generation. So in Lightning, we use JavaScript. So JavaScript is basically client-side scripting language. So whenever your page renders on the browser, and if it is having a component in it, so that component will be rendering whole front-end related code on the browser, and it includes JavaScript code as well. So if you perform any operation, so that operation actually performs on the client machine itself with the help of JavaScript. That is not true with Visualforce, because in Visualforce, all the business logic resides on server. So whenever you click on a button, so automatically request sends to server, and server processes that request and send response back to the client machine. So this, because of this, like request response time increases if you are using Visualforce pages. But in case of Lightning, it is like less because of JavaScript. Then in Lightning, we have API centric models. So lots of pre-built APIs are available that you can use. But in Visualforce, we mainly focus on page centric model. Then Lightning provides component-based framework. So we have different components. So in a page, you can place components anywhere as per the requirement. And Visualforce basically focus on MVC framework. MVC is basically model view controller. So here, like model is your data, or you can say database, view is your UI, and controller is your business logic. So with the help of these three things, like data, view means UI, and controller. Controller is your Apex, like Visualforce page, along with Apex if you want to interact with your S objects, right? So that kind of model we have in Visualforce. So if you have gone through the recordings or live sessions of Visualforce, so you might understand like how we can implement Visualforce along with Apex and how we can interact with our database. Right, so in you just need to remember about Lightning, because we rarely use Visualforce, because many projects, like mostly projects nowadays, are implemented in Lightning experience only. Then in Lightning we have JavaScript framework, whereas in Visualforce we don't have JavaScript. We need to write different tags to implement the code. And Lightning is designed for Lightning experience and Salesforce mobile app. whereas Visualforce is designed for Salesforce Classic. So this is the difference in any interview. If someone asks the differences, so with the help of this table, you will be able to explain those. Yeah, so Visualforce, Lightning Aura, and Lightning Web Component all are part of PD1 exam curriculum, right? So for that, anyhow, you need to learn these concepts. So if you talk about Lightning Component and Aura, so Lightning Component is basically built on top of Aura, and in Lightning Component you can use Salesforce specific extension. So basically, when this framework launched, so it was basically known as Lightning Component. If we say Lightning Component, it means Lightning Aura component. But nowadays we have Lightning Web component as well. So that's why Lightning component is little bit confusing. So we can say Lightning Aura component, so that is also correct. And Aura is like on below Lightning component. So with the help of Aura framework, we basically implement Lightning component, right? So Aura is basically open source framework. You can think it as a WebKit in Safari and Chrome, right? So in Safari and Chrome, we have a WebKit as a framework, and on top of that, they are implemented or built. And we have enterprise ready and tested codes, and some pre-built functionalities are available that you can use directly, right? So we are using Aura framework. On top of that, like we are writing some Salesforce specific things, and together we can say like we are building a Lightning component. Okay, so now let's deep dive little bit more. So whenever you implement any Lightning component, so you will see these many files there. So now you can see with this image, we have divided Lightning component bundle into two parts. On left hand side we have client, on right hand side we have server, right? So on client side we have these much files, total 8 files will be there, and on right hand side we have Apex controller and database. So if you want to interact with your database means your S objects. It can be custom or standard. So if you want to push or pull data from your database or S object, so for that you will be writing Apex controller, and both resides on server, and rest of the things will be available on client whenever your component will be loaded or your page renders on the browser. So these are total 8 files which we use for different purposes, right? So initially we will be using this middle file, that is component, or like in Lightning Aura we will be using Lightning component as well as Lightning application. So if you are creating Lightning component, so you will be having Lightning component as a file. If you are creating a Lightning application, so you will be having Lightning application as a file. And then we will be having 2 JavaScript files, controller, helper. Then we will be having CSS files separately, renderer, design, SVG, and documentation, right? So now let's quickly jump onto the next slide where all the details are listed. So I'm just hiding myself for few minutes so that you can go through with this slide. So just go through with this slide, and I'm going to see a few of comments so that I can answer those. Till the time I am expecting you are going through the table and trying to understand the uses of each resource. These resources are basically files which are part of Lightning Aura component. And I want to thank Anna for sharing some dollars. So we'll be buying coffee for sure this weekend. So Lakshmi is asking about Microsoft 360 Dynamics. So right now there is no plan on that because I am focusing on Salesforce, cybersecurity, data and AI and DevOps. So right now these 5 technologies are on my radar. So Jugal, this LWR I will be explaining later when we'll be discussing about LWC. then we'll be picking this thing. So Mohan, for that, like we can do mock interview sessions. So I will try to create some mock interview sessions live so that I can give you some insight, like if there are questions related to real-time projects, so how you will be able to answer them. So what I will do, I will become a candidate and I will be having someone along with me who will be becoming interviewer, and he or she will be asking questions, and I will try to answer the questions in such a way so that I am applying for a job, and will be explaining things like how I worked upon real time projects. So Madhusudan, we don't use JavaScript in Visualforce. That's why it is server side. If we use JavaScript, so JavaScript is basically client side scripting language which can execute on client machine as well. So Rushikesh, I am not sure about this. So as of now, LWC and Aura both are available. So you can learn both the things. Right, so I hope everybody gone through with this table, and like few things you are able to understand, like UI related things we'll be writing on top, component or application. Then styling, whatever CSS we have learned so far, and few more things we'll be writing in the style file. Then we have controller where we'll be writing JavaScript code. You can see the extension of this file. It is .js. Right, so everything whatever you want to write related to JavaScript, you need to write in controller. Design is basically used, like if you place any component on a page, and through that page if you want to provide some input to the lightning component, so for that purpose we'll be using design file. Then we have helper.js. It is basically supporting file for controller. So if you remember, we discussed trigger. So in trigger we have handler. So similarly in controller, along with controller we have helper. So anytime if you see like controller code is becoming heavy, it is too complicated. So what you can do, you can just split your controller, and you can push few code or few functions in the helper, and through helper you can simply call those method or functions in the controller. Then we have documentation file, then we have renderer file. Renderer file is basically for overriding default rendering of the component. And then we have SVG file. So if you want to place custom icon resources, so for that we'll be using. So we have total 8 files, but if we go to Lightning Web Component, so Lightning Web Component implementation is, or Lightning Web Component bundle is very easy. So there we have limited files, one HTML, one JavaScript, one CSS, that's it, right? Here we have lots of files, but anyhow, if files are available, we need to understand their functioning as well. Okay, so now we are going to create a Lightning Aura component, right? So I will show you how we can create Lightning Aura component, and will show you the difference between Lightning Aura component as well as Lightning application. So basically a component is a bundle that includes a definition resource written in markup and may include additional optional resources like a controller, style sheet, and so on. Right, so now I'm going to create a Lightning component for you. So we have two options to create Lightning Aura component. One is this developer console, and another is your Visual Studio Code, VS Code. So Aura component we'll be creating through this developer console, and next week when we'll be starting Lightning Web Component, so that we'll be implementing with the help of VS Code. So here if you click on File New, so you will see this option Lightning Component. So everywhere you will see Lightning Component, you won't see Lightning Aura Component, because the time when Lightning Component launched, so there were no idea like Salesforce will be launching Lightning Web Component. So that's why it was simply Lightning Component. So you just need to click on Lightning Component, and here you will be writing name of the component. So let me put a name first, LC Lightning Component, right? And here you can see lots of checkboxes are available. So these are very simple. If you want to create a bundle with any of the following configuration, so we have Lightning tab, Lightning page, Lightning record page, Lightning builder site page, Lightning quick action. So what does it mean? If you are creating a Lightning component, and if you want to use that Lightning component on any of these places, like if you want to place your Lightning component on a tab, on a Lightning page or record page or experience builder site or quick action, so you need to enable these checkboxes, right? So these are checkboxes. So if you want to check more than one checkboxes, so it is possible, right? So right now I am enabling all the checkboxes and clicking on submit. So as I clicked on all the checkboxes, so here you will see lots of interfaces are implemented. So I'm just separating them out basis on the comma, right? So here you can see app hostable, available for all page type, available for record home, has record ID, available for all page types, for community, then Lightning quick action. So if you enable all the checkboxes, it means now this Lightning component you can place on different places. Okay, so I hope you all understood how we can create a Lightning component. Now if you see on the right hand side, here all these 8 files are available which we discussed earlier. If I take you back, so these are total 8 files. With the diagram also you can see we have total 8 files, and those 8 files are available here. And right now we are on component file by default. So here you will be writing all the code which will be rendering on the UI, or you can say on the browser. And all the UI in Salesforce basically renders on the browser. So that's why whenever you implement any Lightning component, so its result you will be able to view on the UI only. So here I am writing a simple HTML code that is heading. So I am writing my first Lightning component, right? So this is a simple example. That's why I'm just using this H1 element. It is purely HTML, but we have Salesforce specific elements or components as well that we can use here. So that I will be using later on. So I am just saving this component right now. If you have created any component and you want to test it, how it will be working. So for that purpose, what you need to do, you just need to implement a Lightning or a application. So an app is just a special kind of component. You can think of an app as being different from a component in only two meaningful ways. So it is similar to component, but it is different as well. So in component, basically we use aura colon component. So if we see here, we are using Lightning component, but if we are creating Lightning application, so we'll be using aura colon application. And in application, we'll be having a preview button. We'll be having a preview button in the developer console, right? So now I'm going to show you how we can create Lightning application. So here is a button, Lightning application. You just need to click on this button and your Lightning application will be created. Okay. Now what you need to remember, Lightning component is having actual functionality. With the help of Lightning application, you can preview how your Lightning component will look like on the UI. So Lightning application we'll be using for testing purpose only. If you want to place your Lightning component on Lightning experience in real time, so that also I will be demoing you. Okay. So before that, I'm going to create a Lightning application. I'm naming it as demo app because for lots of example we'll be using this application, and clicked on submit it. So here you can see we have this description file, so you can just close it out. For component also you have this description file, so you can close it out. Now here you just need to use C colon first LC and then you can close it. So I hope those who are from non-technical background and those who have gone through HTML, CSS and JavaScript related sessions, those I conducted last week and last to last week. So for them, understanding this, these things are very easy. Like what it is, how why I am using this one, then in application also I am using this element. So you can easily understand, like we need to start, stop. So in HTML we use HTML body, head, these tags, but here we are using Aura component, we are using Aura application. Then if you want to use components, so this way you need to write. And here this C is basically namespace. So namespace basically this is a default namespace, and all your component that you are creating, they stores under this default namespace. So anytime if you want to use your component in any application, so you need to use this namespace also. Right, so I just saved this component. I am saving application as well. Now what I need to do, at right hand side you can see I have a preview button. If I go to component, so here I don't have any preview button, but if I go to Lightning application, so I have a preview button, right? And if I click on this preview button, so component will be rendering on the UI, and here you can see it is showing the result as my first Lightning component. But one thing, this output is basically not as per the Lightning experience look and feel. So for that, what you need to do, you need to extend force colon SLDS. If you write this, so here you will see now this output is actually following Lightning experience look and feel. Okay, so its color changed. So if you implement this, then only you will be experiencing this. So whatever I am demoing, you need to implement it in your system so that you can practice. Right, so this way simply I just created a component and used it in an application. Right, now how we can create multiple Aura components. So first I'm going to show you how we can handle more than one components. Then I will show you how we can place a component on different places. So I'm creating one more component and naming it as second Lightning component, and this time I am not enabling any of the checkbox. So I'm knowingly unchecking these checkboxes, leaving it as is, so that in future I can show you like first LC, first Lightning component will be available to place on particular place, but second Lightning component won't be available to place because I am leaving these checkboxes unchecked. So I'm clicking on submit. So the second Lightning component is created, and here you can see nothing is available. In first Lightning component we had these interfaces, but in second Lightning component nothing is available. And here also I'm creating one heading and writing my second Lightning component. So this way two components are available. Now if you want to show these together, so here you can write like this. Okay, so in an application you can place more than one Lightning components. So I'm just saving this code, moving here, so you can see both the outputs are available. My first Lightning component, my second Lightning component. Okay, so this way two individual components I was able to use in an application. Now if you want to do nesting, so that is also possible. So I'm removing this from here and placing it here. So what I just did, I called the second component in first component instead of demo application. So in demo application, I am calling first lightning component only, but first lightning component is having second component as child. So here first component will be treated as parent component and second lightning component will be treated as child. Okay, now result will be same. If I refresh, no change will be there. If you want to see the change, so what I'm going to do, I'm just cutting it and putting above. So what will happen, first second component result will be displayed and then first component. So moving here, refreshing the page, you can see the result. It is showing my second lightning component and then my first lightning component. Okay, so this way if you want to do nesting of lightning components, so that is also possible. So right now I am removing it from here and right now both are disconnected. First component is separate, second component is separate, because now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how we can place our component on home page, record page or app page. So I will be demoing one thing like home page. Rest of the things you will be doing at your own, because home page, record page, app page, if you want to edit these pages, so it is very easy to edit and place the components there, and the steps are same. So if I go to home page, now at top right corner you can see we have a gear icon. So what you need to do, you need to click on this gear icon and at bottom you will find edit page. So just click on that. Yeah, so Anna, you are asking difference between implements and extends. So basically in object oriented programming, there are two features. One is interface and one is inheritance. So basically what happened here, these are interfaces which we are implementing, right? And here in this application, like if you inherit some properties, so for that you need to write extends. So in simple words, I can say interface you implement, and if you have any class, that basically we inherit, or you can say we extend. Okay, so we are just extending the features and here we are implementing these features. Okay, and if you want to learn these in detail, so you just need to understand object oriented programming concepts for that. Okay, so I was doing this thing, so I just edited my home page. So we are under Lightning App Builder. So here you can see lots of components are already available. Here are Visualforce pages also there. Now you might be wondering from where we'll be pulling our Lightning components. So if you see on left hand side, we have standard components, total number 32. If I scroll down, so I have this custom section as well. Okay, so this custom section is basically having first Lightning component. I already told you second Lightning component won't be available here because I didn't check those checkboxes, 5 checkboxes, right? So here first Lightning component is available. I can just drag and drop it, and this way you can see it is available. If I click on save, so it is saved. Now if I go back, so here this message is available, right? If you see this, my first Lightning component is available. Right now it is not having any white background, so we can do that as well. If you want to have a white background, so that is also possible. Okay, so later on in more scenarios we'll be doing that. Okay, so this way I demoed you how we can place it on home page. So similarly what you can do, you can just edit your record page and you can place your component on record page. You can edit your app page if you have created, and after editing that app page you can place any component on that app page. And remember all your component, like I'm editing it one more time. all your Lightning Aura components or Lightning Web components will be available under this custom section. Right, so on the left hand side this section is available, and below that we have custom managed. So managed means if you have installed any package from App Exchange and it is managed by any organization, so all those components will be available here under this. Yes, exactly, Firoz. Only components will be available. Application that we created, you won't be able to place it anywhere because that application we created for testing our components only. So if you don't want to test your components through application, so what you can do, you can create your component and you can directly test your component by placing it on home page, record page, or app page, anywhere. So application creation is an optional activity. It is not mandatory. Great. So I hope this way you are able to understand this. And those who are new to these things, and you have not gone through all the recorded videos as well, so you just need to practice everything because these are important things. And front end development is very much important if you are applying for a job as a developer. So along with Apex, you need to understand Lightning Aura as well as Lightning Web Components. Now next is launch Lightning Aura component through quick action. So we create actions under particular object. So if I open any record, and here if you want to place a button on top right corner, if you want to place a button, right, and if you click on that button and you want to see your Lightning component, so you can just launch that as well. Right, so now I'm going to show you that. So for that you just need to open the setup, and under setup I will be searching for object manager. Then here I'm going to open position object. So you can pick any object, then click on button links and actions, then click on new action on top right corner. If you click on this new action, so from here you will be able to link your Lightning component with your action. So here you will see this option, Lightning component, and we have Lightning Web component as well. So click on Lightning component, then here only first Lightning component is available because for second Lightning component we didn't enable those checkboxes. I am labeling it as demo LC. You can label it as per the business requirement and click on save. Okay, after creation of this, go back to object manager, search for position object, then go to page layout, open. So I need to check which page layout it is. So it is basically technical position layout. So I'm going to place that button on technical position page layout. Okay, so here you need to click on this override the predefined actions, and here you need to click on mobile and Lightning actions. Here you will find demo LC, just drag and drop. So this way it is added to your page layout. Click on save. Now if you come here and refresh the page, so your Lightning component will be available here. You can see demo LC is a button which is available here, and I think Salesforce upgraded this look and feel also. Earlier these black border lines were not available, so these are available. So if you click on this, so you can see here is the output, demo Lightning component. It is showing the text which is available in the component, and if you click on cancel, it will disappear. Okay, so this way you will be able to place your Lightning component on quick action. So this is it for today. I hope you understood all the basics related to Lightning component, Lightning Aura component, how we can create Lightning component and application, how to place component on different places. Now, if you have any questions, so I'm happy to take your questions. So I'm going to open the chat so that I can take all the questions. Okay, so there is one question. So Faisal, Salesforce manual testing series will be there. I need to think about automation. Then Shrivali is asking, once we forgot to check any of those bundle, again do we have options to select? So no, we don't have options to select. But what you can do in your, like in your any other component, if you have this code, so you can simply copy and paste it. But you won't be able to check those checkboxes. So Madhu Mohan, if you are having 2 years of experience, so I would say you can learn Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, and any industry specific cloud, because industry specific clouds are more popular nowadays. And along with that, you can go with Omni Studio. So on my channel, we'll be having Omni Studio sessions as well. So after LWC, we'll be having deployment, then QA, BA, and then we'll be having Omni Studio related sessions. Yeah, so Madhu Mohan, I will be giving some exercises. So maybe tomorrow I will prepare and put in the document. So Firas, I think I already answered your question. Anna, for you also. And you need to understand object-oriented features so that you can understand the difference between implements and extends. Yeah, so Vinay, this is what I explained to Anna, but I think whenever she will be able to implement these practically, then only she'll be able to understand. So interface, I think we implemented in asynchronous Apex, but inheritance like we rarely use, but in Lightning Web Component, we'll be using inheritance as well. Yes, Madhu Mohan, if you go through the entire bootcamp, so I think it will be enough for, like you can say, if you have all things in your mind, so you are equivalent to 2 years of experience, folks. But the difference will be like if you work in the industry, so you work on real-time projects, but here that is missing. That is the only thing missing. But rest of the knowledge-wise, everything is there. So Pankaj Sharma, it is not necessary to learn Aura, but nice to have. Yes, Firis, we can import libraries, and with LWC as well, we can import few. So we'll see that. Yes, and a health cloud is popular, nice, and education cloud is also popular. Non-profit is also popular. So all the industry related clouds are popular. So Ganesh project PDF I cannot share. You just need to go through the recordings. Thank you, Vijay, for appreciating my efforts. It is kind of motivation as of now because I am doing a lot, and today I delivered 75th session. So now I need to deliver 25 more. So total 100 sessions will be there, and I think no one in entire Salesforce ecosystem have done ever before. So this is also huge for me. So like I feel good. I am doing so much for the community and giving you a platform giving you a schedule to learn things on weekly basis. So that is important, because if you have a proper plan schedule, so it is easy for you to understand. So I saw lots of folks were struggling, like how we can start, what is the roadmap to learn Salesforce. So for that purpose only I created this session tracker. And you can see lots of folks, like whenever I am sleeping, I am not doing anything, still I can see lots of folks are online, and like like they are utilizing whatever is available in this session tracker. So I think those who are new, those who are from non-technical background, those who are freshers, they don't know the right track to learn the Salesforce. So I think this session tracker will be helpful for them. And everything is free of cost, nothing you need to pay. Everything is properly designed, explained, all the exercises are available. So I think if you as a beginner go through with this, you will be having all the knowledge. So Shubham, this week let's understand Aura. Next week when I will be explaining LWC, then I will be comparing Aura and LWC. Right? It would be better to compare at that time, because at that time you will be having knowledge of both. Yes, Anna, if you want to pass PD1, so you need to learn Aura as well as LWC, Visualforce as well. So on Trailhead, you can go through its Trail Mix, where you can find all the course curriculum, and I think Aura LWC is there. So Vinay, you can search it on Trailhead. I'm not having much knowledge about this. Yeah, okay. Industry Cloud. I think Vinay is also asking about Industry Cloud. So for that, what I would say, just open salesforce.com. So those who are not aware about industry clouds, so just open salesforce.com. And on top you can see industries. So these are industry clouds. Right? If you go to products, so here you will see sales, service, marketing, and industry is one of them. So if you see all product pricing, so here you will see industries as one of the element. And if you click on industry, so you will see all the industry specific clouds. These all are Salesforce products, and industry is one of them. If you click on industries, so then you will see all the industry related clouds. So financial services cloud, health cloud, consumer goods, manufacturing, public sector solutions. So these are industries clouds. Okay. Okay, so thank you Pankaj, thank you Lakshmi. So this is all from me, my side for today, and tomorrow we'll be having few more topics related to Lightning Aura components. So those will be little bit complicated. So I will try to explain those so that you can understand. Okay, so if you have any more question you can ask. Otherwise, thank you so much, and please share a review or feedback on YouTube, LinkedIn, Telegram, wherever you want, and share the knowledge, share the words with other people as well, so that instead of paying huge amount, they can save their money and they can learn entire Salesforce without any problem or issues. This is it for today. Thank you so much. If you don't have any question, so I take your leave. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow, same time. Till then, bye.